play. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
But meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, they come into this one 0-6 on the year, and really it's sort of just been one thing after another.
Coupled with they don't start very fast. The first quarter's really been an issue for them. They've got to learn to get out of the gates quicker in order to try and win some games.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Potter.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. And they do finally get him at the 12. A huge play there for Washington. And even 50 yards. Walker now on 1st and 10. The tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
They'll run with a second-round pick from April's draft. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Here we go. 60 Bison, 60 ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. Burris. And he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's about it. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Off play action. Wise. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Falcons send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They had a good drive going their first time out, ended with the interception. The good news is they get kind of a mulligan because we're still at 0-0.
They certainly do, and you notice he spent a lot of time on the phone. You know, and I know he wasn't talking to mom and dad on that when he's talking to the eyes upstairs, talking to the coaching staff. Guaranteed, what did you see? What was I doing? How do we make sure that doesn't happen again in this ball game?
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They'll try for the first with Walker. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback just point to the sideline and say, everybody back, I've got this call?
Well, you knew this side of the field, they're in plus territory, 4th and 1. He wasn't coming off the field.
No, he wasn't coming off the field, and he wouldn't let the offense go with him at all. He said, we're staying out here, and we're picking this one up. That's some leadership right there.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. We're scoreless after 1. Washington with a football here to begin quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll drop the throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, we have the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the 2nd quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Falcons offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And he has been a monster in the red zone here in these first couple of months of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in rushing touchdowns. Throwing to start the drive. Wise. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now to punt this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll make it second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Just a gain of a couple there. 3rd and 7 now.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
So 3rd down, and the Falcons going with a dime. 6 defensive backs.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw here.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Inside the 10.
And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there.
His 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
They go play action here on 1st down. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And the Commanders are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that
his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Falcons are going to take over here up near the 40.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Wise. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
Finding shorts, complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Off the play fake. Wise. Flushed out right. That's going to be caught by Moss. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
This to the sideline and over everybody. Incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Finding Walker, complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
36 yards on the play. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. On play action, they'll throw. Throw left side, complete. That's Potter. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 more yards there and another first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Potter. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Let's go now. Go.
They'll look to throw again. And this is going to be incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Here we go, set.
They'll set up to throw.
He completes this to Walker.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts
as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far, even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
The third down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
A good pick up there at 20 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Come on, set, check, smash, check, smash.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons would extend their lead here just before halftime. Patterson now for the extra point. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. 1 second, all that remains. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Now he's loose at the 40, inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there, with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Falcons come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Extra point try now for Patterson. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Here we go, here we go. Shut up.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
70 ring, it. Alert, alert.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's second down.
Past the 60, past the 60. Let's go.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 64 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Let's go now.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Go. Check. Bronco switch. Smash.
Here's Walker. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Walker once more, and he's going to lose yardage again as he is stuffed behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
He'll look to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Commanders get a bit closer. So a very important first drive of the third quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
York now for the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he returns this to the 22. The Falcons offense and their running back getting set to go once more. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Second and 9 now. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Moss. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Wise. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check, Panther. Hey, smash. Ready.
Looking to throw. Wise. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up fourth. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. Now back to throw. That one taken in by Neighbors. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 21 yards. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Potter. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up second down. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. And this offense on third down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
They'll motion out one of the tight ends. Walker diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
The York on now for the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Burris. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll try the left side. Burris. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Okay,
and not
ready?
totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Burris. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
Up the middle they go. Burris. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here is 3rd and 5.
Set. Ready.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down, and it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it. Now a handoff up the middle. Burris. He'll take this to the 46.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Second and 7.
Ready. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Hey, check that. Street.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Come on, set! Get up!
On third down, Burris. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. That last run going to put him over 100 yards for the ball game.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Commanders come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. But like all great games, it came down to the final snap, Charles. They had to heave it and hope, but the Hail Mary ultimately intercepted, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, and you never want to be in a situation where your entire game comes down to throwing a jump ball as far as you can. But in that situation, you want to loft it up and hope one of your guys can win in the air. This time, though, it was the defender who got up there, and that was the end of the ball game. Close one throughout. One team just had a little bit more at the end than the other.
So for the Falcons, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, it's yet another loss as they've started out now 0-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.